society is made up of you and me and everybody else in this room and 300 million other people just in the United States. And I think we influence each other dramatically over the course of a lifetime. Well, I'll give you a perfect example, all right? I'm a white Orthodox Jewish guy. I've represented Puff Daddy, 50 Cent, Jay-Z, half a dozen other hip-hop entrepreneurs.
Yeah, but they're all Jews.
Right.
They all have money.
And no, but it's really interesting because, you know, when Johnny Cochran, the late Johnny Cochran, who was one of my closest friends, asked me to represent, you know, Puff Daddy, and we met, it was kind of neat because, like, within 10 minutes, we bonded. And he is from a different world, I'm from a different world, but there was something that we both shared, and that was he believed he was innocent, I believed he was innocent, and he believed that I would commit myself to establishing that in a courtroom, and that the color of his skin didn't matter to me. And it certainly made a difference in our relationship because, you know, Johnny Cochran picked me to represent him. And I said to Johnny Cochran, why'd you pick me? He said, because you've got passion. He said, because of the history in your own family of people being persecuted because they were Jewish, of people being murdered because they were Jewish, you understand. I've seen it before, and I think Puffy should meet you. And 10 minutes after I met him, and you know, this was like, you know, Puff that. Like I was like stunned. I was sitting in a room with him, and he said to me, "I want you to represent me." And I said, "Why?" He says, "I know why." He says, "Because you're going to try. You're going to give me your heart." So if you're asking me, is it one person at a time? Yes, but that translates out into society, because that's what society is. You know, one person at a time making a connection. Do we look different? Yes. Are we different? Yes. But that's, I think, what makes it interesting. If we're all the same, we would boil the crap out of each other. I want to tell you a little story that's very funny, but it says a lot. I was one of the few white people who was asked to participate in the memorial service for Johnny Cochran. But I was sitting next to O.J. Simpson. And Al Sharpton, God bless him, stole the show because he spoke. And he spoke about Johnny Cochran as a lawyer. And he said something that only Al Sharpton and only an African American could say in that room of 5,000 predominantly African American people in California. He said in a public forum, he said, "OJ, when we stood up and applauded that verdict, we were not applauding you, we were applauding Johnny." And I was sitting next to O.J. Simpson. I thought, oh shit, why do I have to be sitting next to him? But I think that says a lot, because I think there is a disconnect in the world. I think most good people are starting to see the criminal justice system in a way that will hopefully one day be colorblind. Is it perfect? No. Does an African American kid still get a disadvantage from Jump Street? Depends what county you're in. Depends what county you're in. I mean, I practice all over the city. Black kid in Manhattan has an enormous advantage over a white kid in Manhattan today, because it has a predominantly jury of people of different color. You go with the Queens, you get a white Irish jury, you're a black kid, you're in trouble.